Welcome, everybody, to Head to Head Sports. I'm your host, Brian Parker, along with my co-host, Mr. Randall Hargrove. How you doing, sir?
Not well at all, brother. Not
And
well at all.
either. And if anybody's wondering why, we will definitely be getting into that very, very shortly. But to everybody out there, thank you for tuning in to Head to Head Sports. We are streaming live and direct on Roku TV, Facebook Live, Instagram, as well as YouTube. If you haven't already, please go to our YouTube channel under Empower TV Parker Media Network.
Brian,
And
I don't know if it's like this for everybody, but I can't see you. You're blacked out to me.
oh my goodness, hold on a second. I was afraid that might have happened. Yep, you're right. You're right. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. All right, how's
There
that?
you
All right. Hey, I keep forgetting there's something that they did with this new setup. I have to go in and then back out and then back in so that doesn't happen. And it's just the weirdest thing in the world. Even like my background changes and stuff like that. So I literally have to go uh, and blur everything all over again every single time. I don't know why it does this. So anyway, I just tried it. It still didn't do it. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Anyway, um, you know what? Hold on one second.
go.
No, still didn't do it. Okay, screw it. Anyway, we are streaming live and direct. And if you haven't already, go to our YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Or wherever you're watching us from, please share and let other folks know about the great show that you're watching. We're already into our sixth season. Hell, 6.5, because this season is almost over. Um, and I mean, week 12 will be wrapped up tonight. And there's only 18 weeks in the NFL, so we are going to be down to our last 6 weeks after today. We
Good, good.
we I,
Hey,
we get a lot of dose of week 13 coming in, starting on Thursday all the way through the weekend before we even get to Sunday. So it's going to be real interesting to kind of see how things play out. But the playoff picture is, I'm not going to say coming completely into focus, but there's some rises and falls that we'll be seeing. That's just absolutely amazing. So, Rand, I know I've got some stuff that I want to get to, but I know that the one thing that's on your mind is your Steelers and those damn Chicago Bears yesterday, where the Bears, I don't know how they did it, but they ended up pulling out the W over the Steelers, and in doing so, notched up with the Steelers losing and the Baltimore Ravens winning against the Jets. Even though the records are the same, the Ravens now technically are in first place.
it's disgusting. That's all I could say. It's disgusting. We called this weeks ago, back when Baltimore was 1-5.
Yep.
At no time did we think they were done.
No.
Why? Because they were getting back Lamar for one. And for two, we know how the Steelers are, man. We know how the Steelers are. I was so glad to get that little cushion in there between
Yeah.
us and Baltimore because it's going to be needed. And I
Yeah.
said it was going to be needed weeks ago. And here we are. And we're sitting here losing the French tip and letting French tip get 250 freaking passing yards on us. And giving up once again 30 points to the freaking Bears, man. It makes no sense to me
That
how
is crazy.
the Steelers team is, but still competitive enough to be 6-5. It's frustrating. Um, but yeah, I'm not going to take up a whole bunch of time on these boys, man. But yesterday completely pissed me off. The only good thing that came out of yesterday was my fantasy team. I've won 10 straight with our league.
Man.
But then the other league that I'm in, as soon as Ted McMillan goes over 50 yards, I'll be losing tonight. So,
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, it's kind of the opposite. I'm doing better on my other one, but the hours, man, I'm just sucking it. I can't catch a break. People keep getting hurt. And when I do my draft at the beginning of the year, I try to stock up on positions that I know a lot of folks don't think about, like tight end. Knowing that whether a good tight end that you have is on a bye or one gets hurt, you can never have too many tight ends, and
no,
because you can flex them out into uh, your flex position, a lot of times that can help you when you got a good pass catching tight end that can do things. Hell, all my tight ends keep getting hurt. Or, for the longest I had Fryermuth. And I thought that was going to be a good release valve for Aaron Rodgers. I thought Fryermuth was going to be the biggest beneficiary. Number one, not having a second true receiver opposite Metcalf. That when Metcalf's side gets pulled, Fryermuth was going to probably be either Fryermuth or what's his name was going to be the benefactor of that. So I tried to keep them, but their production was just not there. And I was like, oh my God, they're
yeah, I
going.
do the exact same thing, man. Everybody runs either for running backs or quarterbacks early in the draft. Well, I'm giving
Yeah,
away some draft secrets here, but I go
yeah.
for the tight ends too. Like
Uh-huh.
my
Quarterbacks are going to be there. They're
the
dying
quarterbacks
first.
are going to
So the
be
running
there.
back.
Yep. But yeah, I go for I got the tight end from the Cardinals who I've had starting all year long. He's killing it. And then I got the Cowboys tight end, Ferguson, I believe his name is, just sitting there as my number 2, just in case, my dude from the Cardinals gets hurt. I haven't had to use him but once, and that was in the bye week, but I still ain't going to put him back in waivers because that's going to help somebody else.
Exactly. And think about all the people that drafted Derrick Henry. You're in a bad spot in a way, or I'll say Derrick Henry and or Saquon, because if you drafted him, you gotta play him. But it's it's a guess if they're gonna really produce or not. They're such home run hitters that if you got them, you gotta start them. But performance wise for the season, that's not necessarily, they're not cashing in. Hell, I would venture to say Rico Dowdle probably got more fantasy points this year than Saquon. Um,
Oh, yeah, I'd say so.
just because of production. I would say Monangai has more production than Saquon,
He
you
damn
know,
sure did
or
yesterday.
DeAndre Swift. Um, or hell, how about this one? I bet Kenneth Gainwell got more production than damn Saquon Barkley. And I do
Probably
know that.
does.
And I do know that because I actually had Gainwell on my other fantasy team yesterday. And oh my God, he cashed in for me so good. I was projected to lose, and between goddamn Gainwell, um, man, was somebody else that just lost their damn mind. And I mean, I ended up being like 50-point underdog to like, all I need is about 20 points and I'm gonna win this thing tonight. And I still got I forgot who I got tonight, but I'll definitely get it. It
Yeah,
might be
I had Gibbs yesterday, so I'm destroying somebody
yeah,
by about 100
oh
points.
man. Gibbs has been stupid crazy.
Yeah,
Oh my God, Gibbs has been real. Yeah, hello, whoever hell this is Egan Dolan. Thank you, appreciate it. Love the channel. Um, but yeah, man. So I know the Steelers. Man, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, Caleb Williams, 19 or 35, 239, 3 touchdowns, no picks, 143 passer. I mean 143, 104.3 passer rating in the game. Uh, Again, they didn't really do a whole lot on the ground. I think they did end up getting. Did they get 100 yards? They got 99 yards on the ground. The Steelers actually put up 186 on the ground. Problem was the passing game. Rudolph was efficient from a numbers standpoint, but just did not seem to get the ball down the field a lot. 24 of 31. So he only missed 7 passes. but he only accumulated 171 yards in those 21 passes.
And that is the whole problem with the Pittsburgh offense right now. We can get to the defense too, because the defense is just terrible. That is
Mm.
the 5th time this year that our defense, the highest paid defense in the whole damn NFL, has given up over 30 points. That is ridiculous. But offensively, um, it's time to clean house, man. You know
Yeah.
my stance on Tomlin already, but these coordinators need to go.
Yep.
This Arthur Smith thing is not working with all these multiple tight ends and no number 2 wide receiver. Haven't had a number 2 wide receiver all season long. Metcalf is getting doubled every single game since like game 4. I mean, I don't know if the Steelers thought that they were just going to face these opposing defenses that were going to just single up Metcalf and they were just going to leave him to himself all year. I mean,
But
who would do that?
who in their right mind would think that? Though?
Exactly right. Who in their right mind would do that when there's no threat on the other side of the field?
That's what I'm saying. Like
It's,
I
it's
could see if you had
beyond.
somebody else on the other side that make them go,
Exactly.
man. Either we're gonna have to pick, or we just gonna have to man up and go that route. You ain't got to pick.
You have nothing. I mean, the first 4 weeks, Metcalf was destroying it. I mean, one of the highest rated wide receivers as far as like number of catches and touchdowns
Yeah.
out of anybody. Ever since week 4, he's quiet as a church mouse. Why? Doubled every single daggone time. And sometimes with the safety over the top. So it's like, I don't know, the thought pattern of these Steelers is madly frustrating because now their whole offense is, we're going to just get it out quick. So pass to the running backs, pass to these tight ends. But these defenses are starting to let, them catch it just short of the goal line and just, hey, it's time to punt.
Well, and that's all you got to do. And what's
That's
going
all
on,
you got
Robert?
to do. Sorry, Robert.
Yeah, I mean, if that's your game, then you're trying to play a short game, hoping that one of these backs or whoever's catching it, on smoke routes, dump offs, and things like that, are going to make the first person miss so that they can
Yeah.
get to the second level. But if they don't get to the second level, now you've compromised 1st and 10 to 2nd and long, 3rd and medium, and then now if you don't convert on 3rd down, like you just said, you end up having to punt the ball.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. That is not a recipe for success. That is basically saying, because basically what you're saying, Rand, is we taking the ball out the quarterback's hand. We're not going to have them push the ball downfield, put the ball in harm's way. We're going to go with these short intermediate passes and put a lot more on the skill position players to make up a lot of yards after the run or yards after the catch.
It's ridiculous, man. And the Bears yesterday had all 3 middle linebackers. Well, not middle linebackers. All 3 of their starting linebackers were out yesterday. They had backups in there. And the Steelers don't even exploit that. They don't pass over the middle of the football field. They just do these little dump offs and screens and these little 5-yard out routes and little 2-yard in routes. And they think that, like you were saying, for that to be successful, the receiver has to at least break that first tackle. And sometimes that happens, but oftentimes that does not. So it's just not winning football. To me, I've been saying it for the past 2 years on your show. It's time for Tomlin to get up out of here, man.
Yeah.
The standard is no longer the standard. And these coordinators that he's so loyal to a fault, it's time for them to go because they're not producing.
Yeah, and you're right with that, only because a lot of times, if the head coach goes, then by default the coordinators end up getting shown the door too.
Yeah.
And because if you're relying on him to do it, I mean, he has to be drug kicking and screaming to, make those changes. And by the time he makes those changes, it's already too late. The die has already been cast. The team finishes with a record that's going to make them draft, low into the draft where they're not getting high draft picks and stuff like that. I will say this about your defense. This is crazy to have the highest paid defense in the league. Y'all had 1 sack on Caleb Williams, and that was
It's
by
ridiculous.
that was
Guess
by
who it
Tony
came from?
Pollard.
I mean, guess who it came from?
Yeah, from Mr. Reliable, but
Yeah,
you
you
know,
already know. You already
TJ
know.
TJ and Miles Garrett are in the same boat where you're on a team that has no success, but you have your individual success, but it's not helping the team at all. And it's not really their fault that it's not. It's because there's not anything else around them to help.
Yeah.
I hate that because I feel like in a lot of ways that's just wasting their career. Um, are they going to be Hall of Famers? Yeah. Are they going to put up these massive stats? Yep. But um, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, really with Miles Garrett, I mean, Garrett is just an animal out there. This dude might have 25 sacks by the end of the year.
To
But I
break the
mean,
record. Yeah.
he really could. I mean, he's just tearing it up right now. But I mean, Pittsburgh, to me, if you go out and you spend the money and you got all the pieces, and these pieces are not injured, and these pieces were producing last year, um, you got to start looking at the coordinator. I mean,
Yeah.
the defense had the same holes in it from last year. We go out and we improve on paper. We spend all this money on defense and bring the pieces back, and you still have the same issues. It's time for the coordinator to go. It's time.
It is. It is. I think sometimes these coordinators, um, it's kind of weird. I've just been seeing a lot of, and because I'll definitely get into my Eagles about coordinators needing to go. Um, a lot of this safe playing, conservative playing, where or lack of, um, just lack of vision, lack of creativity in opening up the playbook, letting the folks that really are good be able to exploit that. But it's almost like a lot of these coordinators know that they don't have certain things and they try their best to figure out ways to cover it up. And
Yeah.
when you're going against a different a coach on the other side that can expose you, it's hard to cover up some of those things. Like with the offense, you thought you were going to cover up not having a second receiver by having two pass catching tight ends and Johnu Smith and Fryermuth. You thought you were going to be able to
Were
have a
you
pass
really?
catching, uh, you were going to have a pass catching running back to be able to cover up for that. And the defense said, no, we think if we sit there and lock down whatever side DK is on and
Mhm.
really put y'all in a position to do that, we're going to really see if those guys are the dogs you think they are.
Yeah, and they are not. They are not.
They're not.
I mean, the last play of the game, I could send you a still shot of this because I just found it to be so funny. When we have to have a fourth down conversion in order to move the sticks,
Hmm.
the play that is called where the three receivers ran straight out and turned around. I'm not even kidding. Those are the plays. The three receivers that were out there, well, not even receivers, I'm just saying, because there were actually one receiver and two tight ends, but all three of them ran straight out and turned around. It's ridiculous. What kind of play is that?
Backyard football in the
Backyard
back.
football.
At the y'all done had Thanksgiving dinner and everybody think they running faster than they are, but they knees and everything so heavy. You running in quicksand. Yeah. That's not winning football. But that's crazy though, because it just makes me wonder. Okay, these guys have all of the data people, the research people. They get all of the better camera angles. They got the exotic playbooks. They've been around in the league and learned and all this stuff. And it makes you wonder. Well, damn, man, they got to be able to see that. I mean, it can't take two dudes on a sports show channel to be talking about this, and this is never like floated in their mind.
I'm saying, man, it's like fourth down and four. I could come up with a play off of Madden to better exploit a defense than having these
Yes,
guys go straight up the field and then turn around and think that's going to work on a defense that's sitting at the sticks for one, and then receivers that are tired in the fourth quarter and not able to create any kind of separation just by going upfield and turning around. I
I mean,
mean,
if you're gonna
drag
do
one
that,
across the
if you're
middle of
gonna do
the
that, you
field.
got you got floods, you got digs, you got pick plays that you can do, where you basically do a soft rub with the running back coming out of the backfield, does maybe a chip block and gets to a space that's in the soft part of the zone that they can't close in on fast. There's a lot of fourth down plays that you can run.
Cross the receiver across the field, man.
That's
Not
the
many
biggest one.
DBs are gonna be able to keep up with them.
Exactly. And it's confusing because if they're playing zone, if you get in the middle of that zone where they're questioning, is he mine yet, or is he
Yeah, yeah,
still his?
exactly. Is he
You know
gonna
what
keep
I'm
running or
saying?
is he gonna stop and settle? Give him
Right.
some
And and
options,
and
man.
and and, and just sitting there soft because if it's a fourth down, like say it's 4th and 3. Well, you don't need to run a 10, 12 yard dig. All you need is those 4 or 5 yards. Run a 4 yard, or 4 or 5 yard cross slant as you're going up and get into the soft part of that zone and just sit there.
Yeah.
Make yourself big. They call it making yourself big. Get to that soft part, make yourself big. So he's got a whole lot to pass to. But
Mhm.
if you're running in a slant, make sure that he's passing on your outside of your shoulder, so it keeps the ball away from the defender that's trailing, so that they don't get an easy pick or anything like that, because they would have to come across your body to do it. If you do it that way, then either one or two things are going to happen: you catch the ball in stride, or if they do have a chance to swat the ball down, they just swat the ball down, and that's all that's going to be from it. But there's plenty of plays that you can do on the fourth down a lot of times. It's about timing though, and you got to remember, if they may rush forward, they may pick a blitz or something like that. If you don't pick up on the blitz, go to where that blitzer was
Yeah,
and sit there because
yeah.
you got an open spot.
You have to do something better than just go up the field and turn around. I mean,
That's just
again,
great. I mean, that's something that we
youth
drew
football.
we drew up in the sand.
It
When
is.
we had the rocks, it was
Yep.
like draw and say, okay,
Go to the
you
tree,
go
turn
you go
around.
up, you go up, you
Yep.
go up, and I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. And we got coordinators making millions of dollars to come up with crap like that
You're
when the
drawing in the
game's on the
sand.
line.
Oh
Just get
god.
out of here, man. Uh,
Oh,
let me hit this phone call. I'll be right back.
all right, no worries, no worries. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. While Rand's doing taking this call, I'm gonna look at some other games that we had, particularly my Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. I'll go into that one already. And here's the thing, y'all. Uh, when Antonio Brown was saying to people, we need to do this, 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 and he caught some unfair, in my opinion, flack for being selfish, wanting the ball. Hey, you're winning. What are you complaining about? And Antonio was realizing, and I did too at the time. I said the same thing. I agreed with him 100%. Hell, I thought he needed to name some damn names, to be honest with you. But he was trying to, while keeping it a buck, not dragging his team, because it would seem like he was just uh, being sour grapes in a way, because the team was winning, but the way they were winning was just not good, because he understood that, hey, and he did end up saying this later on a couple of weeks ago, hey, this is going to catch up to us if we keep doing this. Why would you wait for the winning to stop to be able to then address what's going wrong? See, a lot of teams try to hide behind the W. And Antonio Brown was saying, you know what? Win or not, this is not the best we have. We need to do better. We have guys on this team capable of doing more, and we're not utilizing them. People will say, oh, well, that's just not the way they play. They're a run team, this, and it's great to have those receivers and whatnot, but they, rely on their defense and their running game. Okay. Well, what happens when your defense can't bail you out and get sudden change possessions? What happens when your defense can't bail you out and, run pick sixes and things like that? What do you do when your defense isn't stopping the other team on fourth down and getting a sudden change there? What do you do then? What do you do when your offensive line isn't creating the same holes as they did last year from your running back to be able to burst through those holes, hit the second level, and then sometimes hit against the end zone? What do you do then? If the Eagles thought that we were just going to win a Super Bowl, which they did, come back the following year and do everything exactly the same way they did the year they won the Super Bowl, and that was going to be enough, well, you're out of your damn mind. Because every other team now has seen that. They seen that movie. They know about the tush push. That's about the only thing that you got from last year that teams still can't stop. And even that was being more controversial at the beginning because they were finding that a lot of the players were false starting and it wasn't getting called. So they did clean that up to their credit. But what do you do when it's 1st and 10 and they're stacking the box and you've got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, um, Dallas Goddard uh, running routes, and you're doing check downs, you're doing short passes, you're not pushing the ball down the field. Um, it will catch up with you. When they jumped out to a 21 to nothing lead against Dallas yesterday, somebody said to me, I was out at a restaurant. Guy says to me, "Man, your Eagles got this game. They're already up 21 to nothing. It's not even halftime." And I looked at him and I said, "Well, that's the problem. If it was 21 to nothing in the fourth quarter, they might hang on and win. But this team can come out of that tunnel in the second half and not look like anything like the team that came out in the first quarter and a half of that game." And they didn't. The Eagles went into halftime and the same team did not come out after halftime. There was no sense of urgency. They basically started letting Dallas just inflict their will. It was, when you hear the saying "a tale of two halves," it was definitely a tale of two halves. The Eagles just sat there. Yep, look at Robbie reading my mind. Um, they just simply sat there, and I don't know if it was from the coordinators. To me, I think coordinators and coaches do take on too much blame, but I will say in this case, if you're up 21 to nothing against your arch rivals and your coaches can't light a fire under your ass to come back out and just beat the brakes off of them. Hey, why does it have to be 21 to nothing? Beat them some bitches 49 to nothing. Um, why be satisfied with 21 to nothing and be like, oh, we can stick our chest out and everything else? You got punked. Uh, they came out and they just kept taking the ball down the field. They had no answer for George Pickens. And let's be clear, they won off of a walk-off field goal at the end of the game, but there were plenty of missed opportunities. I'm talking about you, CD Lamb, where had Dallas lost that game, Dallas fans would be looking for his head today, dropping the damn catch in the end zone and dropped about four other um, game-changing catches as well. Absolutely, Robbie. Philly definitely took their foot off the gas. That is, if that's not what complacency looks like, I don't know what is. Because they sat there and looked up at that scoreboard and said, "Yeah, I think we're good." It looks like they've given up. We beat them into submission. No, 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 no. That ain't how you beat somebody into submission. They literally sat there and did not come back out ready to play the second half of a football game. You can't win a football game in 30 minutes. That's why it's 60 minutes, y'all. You can't win in two quarters. You got to play all four quarters because that other team out there that is not looking good for the playoffs still got a lot of pride on that team. And it is a division rival. Those games always matter just a little bit more. It don't even matter about their record in a lot of ways. Always reminds me about teams like Carolina and Duke or Auburn in Alabama or Michigan in Ohio State. They don't give a damn uh who's having a bad year. When we play them, it don't even matter. They're gonna get my best shot. And it comes down like that. Um So it was a missed opportunity for sure from the Eagles. They're now second in the NFC uh, because of that loss. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the number one team now in the NFC, yep, are those LA Rams that beat the brakes off of Tampa Bay. And that is true. Agree with you there too, Robbie. Regardless of how Dallas has played this year, they are still a tough team when they start clicking. And you know the good thing, the thing too, Robbie, is when you have nothing to lose at this point, you can play so carefree. If you don't make it, I mean, hell, your record is not at a point right now where there are any high expectations. You're still technically on the bubble. You're in 10th place right now. The top seven get into the playoffs. But you're currently 5-5-1. It wouldn't be impossible. But that's already 11 games. You basically gotta go chalk the rest of the season to get into the playoffs. I've seen crazier things happen. I don't know if they can do that. I think that's a lot to ask. So they're kind of playing with house money. Nobody expects them to win the division. Nobody expects them to make it to the playoffs. But you can also be spoiler to somebody else that was either playing for a division title or a wild card spot, and then end up spoiling them. So the Cowboys still have that in them where I think that they can have a chance to kind of come in and play the spoiler. But you're absolutely right. Um, when you see George Pickens catching passes and when he catches and then he goes, you ain't catching him, man. That dude looked like a damn gazelle out there on that field when he catch that ball across the middle. Like, good luck. Good luck.
George Pickens is awesome. He was an awesome talent with the Pittsburgh Steelers, of course. He was one of the guys that was on my draft board way back when he was playing at Georgia. I
Yeah,
was begging for the Steelers to take him. They
man.
did. I was super happy.
Hmm.
But the one thing about the draft process that, I don't have any knowledge of is how much of a headache these guys could be coming out of college. Um, Pittsburgh had a little bit of that intellect. They took a risk on them. It did not work out. So I've seen a lot of stuff in the press right now talking about Pickens has more receiving yards than all of the Steelers receivers combined right now. And it's true. It really
Yeah.
is true.
Oh yeah.
But I
I
mean,
mean, I mean, he outplayed CD. You know,
yeah,
Dak knew that. Hey, when I throw the pick, those 50-50 balls become 80-20 balls. Hell, I throw
yes.
passes to CD in the end zone and he drops them. He dropped about 4 or 5 passes yesterday. And I was saying while you were out that had the Cowboys lost that game, CD would have been named Doodoo this morning. They would have been calling for his head.
Doodoo Lamb. Yeah.
Yeah, Doodoo Lamb, because he's supposed to be the number one, but the number two is looking like the number one.
Because Pickens, what you were just saying, those 50-50s become 80-20s with him. That dude is outstanding one-on-one. He
Putting
makes some
balls over.
super good catches.
Yes.
It's just the attitude that that handicapped the Steelers. We had to move that kid. I
Mhm.
mean, he was just a complete cancer in the locker room. I mean, what do you do when it's a live primetime game and this dude is supposed to be in the facility 2 hours ahead of the game, and he comes right before kickoff? It's like you cannot keep on dealing with stuff like
You
that.
can't. You can't.
No.
Robbie, you right. We talked about this last week too when we were talking about the Cow Bitches. Their next 6 games, because I basically said they're 5-5-1. Only way they're going to make it into the playoffs. They're currently number 10. They would have to damn near win 10, 11 games. I don't think 10. I don't know if 10 is going to be enough for the wild card, because right now the 3 wild card teams ran are the Seahawks, Packers, and 49ers. The Seahawks are 8-3. The Packers are 7-3 and 1. And the 49ers are 7-4, maybe 8-4 after tonight. If they're running win totals like that to surpass them, you're gonna have to get to 11. I don't know if 10 is gonna do it at this point, because you got one of them that's two wins away from that. You got the other two that are 3 wins. Well, if one wins tonight, they'll be 2 wins away too. So I don't even think 10 would do it. 11 would at least start to bring up tiebreakers. But that would mean that the cow bitches would have to literally go 6-0 over their next 6 games, and their next 6 games, as Robbie brought up, starts Thursday, Kansas City. Then they go to Detroit, Minnesota, Chargers, Washington, and the Giants. And I'm gonna tell you what, that Giants game is not gonna be a walk in the damn park.
No,
I
because
think the
the
Giants
Giants
gonna win that game actually.
Yep. So let's take a look around the league. We got Philadelphia
Mhm.
clearly ahead in the East.
Yep.
Um, in the North,
In
who
the
is that?
North
Who's
right now, the Bears
that's
are 8 and
Green Bay.
3. They're first
That's
in the
right. So you got three of them that could possibly come out there. You got the Bears, you got the Lions, and you got Green Bay. So
Well, you're right.
that's
The Bears are number 3. The Packers are currently number 6, and the
hmm
Lions are currently number 8. They have the exact same record as the 49ers right now at 7 and 4.
hmm
So what if the Panthers, I know this sounds crazy for me to say this, but after watching football the last 12 weeks, if y'all don't think that the Carolina Panthers have a chance of beating the 49ers, I don't know what season y'all been watching. So if the 49ers lose, uh, I believe that would then vault the Lions back in the 7 and the 49ers back in the 8. But it's right there where they're going to keep flip flopping based
yeah.
on a win here and there. But you
So
got
it's
to your
looking
point,
like
you got 3 teams in the North that are in the mix.
one team is going to come out of the East, one team is going to
Yep,
come out of the South,
yep,
and then you have log jams, complete
yep.
log jams of three
Exactly.
teams in
Yes,
the
sir.
West and the North. So
Yep.
yeah, it's going to be tough for Dallas to win. They're going to have to definitely step on the gas. 10-7, depending on who else is 10-7, might not cut it for them.
Nobody goes to be that. I don't think so.
Yeah,
Because to your point, the Rams are number 1, the Seahawks are number 5, and right now the 49ers are number 7. So between the
crazy.
North and the West, you got 6 teams fighting hard.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then that doesn't count, like you said, the winner of the East and the winner of the South.
hmm
So it's gonna come down to those 6 teams trying to get 4 spots or 3 spots.
Yeah, the NFC is just completely competitive this year, man.
Bruh. Oh, I agree, Robbie. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for Chicago too down the road, for sure.
Definitely for sure. They're gonna
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
maintain. So enjoy it now. French tip.
man. But you know what? I mean, who would have thought though that they would even be in a position after 12 weeks to be winning their division when you got teams like Green Bay, you got Detroit, you got well, what we thought would be Minnesota from last year, running it back this year, even though Sam Darnold moved on, but thinking JJ McCarthy was just gonna somehow take the baton without there being any kind of a uh, learner's curve with him, thinking that he'd just pick it up, take off from where Darnold was, and keep that team doing exactly the same thing. And that kind of goes to show you that it doesn't work like that. That there's going to be growing pains with a second year rookie, um,
Mhm.
and that's definitely showing too. But yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how this shakes up. And then when you look at the AFC ran, if we would have said at the beginning of the year, hold on, let me see what Robbie says here. With the Bears, next 6, this is their hell schedule. Philly, Green Bay, Cleveland, then Green Bay again, San Francisco, and Detroit.
Yeah, I could definitely see Chicago taking a little plummet.
Yeah, I mean 8 and 3. That's 11 games. They got 6 left. Man, if you can't win 3 of those, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
It's gonna be hard. Which 3 are those? Is it Philly? I think Philly gonna be a little pissed. Is it Green Bay? It's a division, but even if you split Green Bay, you win at home, but you go to Lambeau and you lose. Can you beat Cleveland? Yeah. San Francisco's a hard out. Detroit's a hard out. But you better
yeah,
win. Now, can they win 3 of those? Yeah, they can. I
yeah.
don't know
But
which 3.
it won't be Philly. I could tell you that.
Yeah, they
Philly
ain't gonna
about
be
to
Philly
smash
because
them. They about to smash them.
yeah, Jalen Carter and that defense is about to get your French tip, boy.
Yeah,
They they gonna get some sacks in that game, for sure. I think Devontae Smith is gonna really, really is Philly on Friday. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be one of them Black Friday games.
hmm
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, yeah, and that's good. That's good for my Eagles. You know what? Them cow bitches did that to you at Jared's World. Now they gotta come to the city of brotherly love where hopefully Santa don't make no appearance on Friday.
Catch a
That does not
snowball
work.
to the face.
That does not work well in Philadelphia, apparently. Santa, please don't come.
How you gonna boost Santa Claus?
Please don't come,
Boy,
Santa.
that's some Christmas spirit for your ass.
Oh gosh. We got something for you, Santa. Please don't come. But yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. But when you look at the AFC, if we had said this at the beginning of the season, that the number one seed overall after week 12 would be the Patriots at 10-2.
No, man, no. No, I would've thought you were crazy and demanded a drug test.
Smoking it. Like, hey, I'm sending them over right now to come get you.
Yep. I expected a little jump in the Patriots, but not this big a jump,
Not
man.
this, man. This is crazy. 10-2 Patriots. Um, and Tom Brady is not the coach, and Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is not the coach. Tom Brady is not the quarterback. And the Patriots are 10-2.
Is Belichick a coach anywhere right now? I don't think so.
Oh my gosh. No, no, no.
No,
Man,
no,
not after losing the Dukies.
no, hell no.
No, not after that.
Nope.
How you gonna give Duke that many points anyway? Anyway, yeah, I don't even want to go there. Oh my god.
Yeah, change the
That's
subject,
God
man. Yes.
almighty. And then the number 2 seed are the Broncos at 9-2.
Yeah. It's like these teams that we had pegged for like maybe just improving a little bit or maybe sneaking in as a
Right,
wild card, they're dominating at the top of the divisions, Colts included.
right. Yeah, Colts is the number 3 seed at 8-3. And then you got the Ravens eking it out right now at 6-5. Somebody got to win the division. But then again, you go back to 5-6. You got both the Chargers and the Jags at 7-4. You got the Bills. Man, the Bills are right there. It's 7 at 7-4 as well. So you got 3 teams at 7-4 as the last ones in. Now the Steelers at 6-5 are at number 8. They're on the bubble again, but they're only 1 game out. And I'll be honest with you, after what I saw the Texans do to the Bills, can you really have faith? And didn't the Bills do this same shit? Did they just do this against the Saints?
Yeah.
Who are these dudes?
Don't know, man.
Damn. And the charges are the same. Man,
Got
I
another
can't
call,
trust
B. Hold on, I'll be right back, man.
all right. I can't trust Justin Herbert more than I can throw him. I mean, my God. He's supposed to be this prototype quarterback or the standard quarterback and all that. Steelers only play for the wild card. That is hilarious. Robbie, you're right. But you know what? A lot of times when the Steelers end up playing for the wild card and get in, sometimes they do damage when they get in. This team does not look like that. And honestly, I ain't trying to be funny. I would shut Aaron Rodgers down for the rest of the year. I would keep Mason Rudolph in there and pray that he throws the ball more to the other team than he does to the Steelers. Because for the Steelers at this point, what are you really playing for? The fans don't believe that you're going to win anything this year. Get a better, and the things that always kills the Steelers is they do just enough to get to the playoffs, but not enough to do anything once they get in. Then they end up with the 20th, 23rd pick of the draft. By then, any quarterbacks that you were going to take are gone. They could have taken a quarterback this year. There were plenty available still, even to work on to see if they were any better than what you had, whether it was Rudolph, whether it was Aaron Rodgers coming in. You know, you were going to get Aaron Rodgers maybe for, uh, uh, yeah, Aaron needs to retire. He's done enough in his career. He has. But, Robbie, I think honestly, there was only one team in this league that had not decided that it was time for Aaron Rodgers to retire. Had the Steelers basically told him, go pound sand, I don't think anybody else would have said, hey, come in and start for our team. I know that there was some conversation at one point about him in Minnesota, and they kind of nixed that, saying, no, we need to look to the future. We drafted J.J. McCarthy. We really need to see what we got, especially when we lost a year with him getting hurt. We really need to be able to see this because, yeah, that might be good for Aaron Rodgers, but that wouldn't be good for that kid that is going to be up for a contract extension soon. And if you haven't seen enough on field tape of this guy, how do you confidently offer a new contract? Aaron Rodgers doesn't have plenty of contract extensions. That's not going to do anything for him. So they did the right thing by moving on, but the Steelers are the only team in the league that even made that a possibility. And I don't think whether Mike Tomlin comes back or not, in their heart of hearts, is going to be the Jets situation all over again, where Aaron might feel like, yeah, I think I got one more in me. And it's going to be up to the Steelers to say, we good. Um, will they do it? They should. But will they actually do it? Who knows? But they should. Um, they need to look for the future. Aaron Rodgers was supposed to be at some point, I guess, a bridge from Roethlisberger to finding you somebody, which would have made sense that even if you had intended on bringing in Aaron Rodgers, you should have done your due diligence and had a quarterback waiting for him anyway. I mean, waiting behind him that you could develop, that could learn from this Hall of Famer and everything else. But to just simply pass on Shook, to pass on Shador Sanders, to pass on Dylan Gabriel, to pass on Jackson Dart, um, is just to me that's criminal, because they didn't do themselves any favors to sit there and spend all that money to get DK Metcalf and not put a serviceable number two opposite side of him so that he wouldn't face double teams and deep high safeties in zone coverages and stuff like that. That negated the fact of getting DK. Why did you get him if you weren't going to get somebody that would keep defenses honest? Why would you do that? So the whole way that they approached building the team this season was incomplete at best and just willy-nilly at worst. Like what was the plan? Did you go into the season with a plan? Did you build this plane really thinking that it was going to fly? Because there's nothing that's showing me that y'all really had a plan when you were trying to build this plane. So if you're in that, Dart would have been a great. Oh, Dart would have been awesome. Dart would have kept the defense honest because they would not have been able to load the box. Yet, and if you put a spy on him because of his potential to run, that's when he does a lot of good things, throwing on the run. Uh, for a receiver like Metcalf, that is gold because he can extend plays by throwing on the run, letting Metcalf get even further and further down the field and burn people. Absolutely. Aaron Rodgers, three-step drop, that's all he got. He can't take off and run or extend plays with his legs anymore, do those bootleg rollouts and things like that that would help guys back in the day like Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb sit there and get the ball down the field. He cannot do that. Jackson Dart would have been huge. I would have sat him for the year and let him learn first, but at least that you would have had an heir apparent that after the first year, you would be able to say to Aaron, hey, we appreciate you. We wish you luck in your retirement, and we'll be rooting for you at your Hall of Fame ceremony. We think you'll get in on the first ballot. And he will in 5 years. But it needs to end. Um, one thing that I saw with Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan is they got old real quick. Like they were really playing at a pretty good level. And they played 1 year too damn long, and they got old real quick.
Sorry about that, man. Who you talking about got old?
Um, well, we were talking about Aaron Rodgers because Robbie was talking about how he needs to retire, and I brought up the fact that 31 teams realized that the only team that didn't was the one that he's playing for. Had they not went calling for him, he would be in California right now, uh, or in the black room somewhere, dark room, but he would not have been on a football team. But
It's
they and we were talking about how even if Aaron Rodgers was the plan for this year, it was negligent not to get a Shook or Jackson Dart to at least sit on the bench this year.
Absolutely.
And
Completely
to be
negligent.
able to learn and absorb. And then Robbie brought up the fact that Dart would have been a great pickup. And I was talking about, yeah,
Outstanding.
because for a receiver like Metcalf, Dart's ability to throw on the run and use his legs keeps defenses honest. They're not going to stack the box. They can't double team your receiver. And for a burner like Metcalf, having a guy that's evading the rush and being able to throw on the run gets him further down the field to burn somebody and go for them 50-50 balls like that. That would have been absolutely incredible. And it begged the question, what was the Steelers' plan from the beginning when you let go of one receiver, which, hey, you felt like you had to do it, move on, that's fine, but
Mhm.
not put another receiver opposite Metcalf? It's like you took 2 steps forward and 10 steps back.
It's like workplace malpractice, dude.
Yes.
It really
Yes.
is. I mean, the Steelers first round, they took a defensive tackle, and he's been playing great. I don't
Mhm.
have any issues with that, but they had to pass on Dart in order to do that. And that's my problem.
That don't
You
make no
should have
sense.
picked up Dart with that first round pick, then circled back around and got
You
similar
still would have got
talent
him.
in the second
Mhm.
round
Yep.
with your defensive tackle pick. And there were
100%.
defensive tackles, plenty of them on the board at that point for the second round pick had you don't gone that route. But you know, you can't sit around and wait for Dart in the second round because Dart's already gone. So
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, that yeah, mismanagement basically.
big time, big
Big
time.
time, big time. So what I was saying was is that I would shut Aaron Rodgers down for the rest of the year. Yes, you're at 6-5. You're on the bubble. Robbie's comment was the Steelers always play for the wild card. Only play for the wild card. And
Yeah,
I'm like, but what is but you know what the only playing for the wild card gets you when you have no ability to do anything past the wild card? It puts you in that 20 to 23 pick that is not going to be that dynamic quarterback that you need. I would let Rudolph finish the year and see where it goes. If you end up losing out, that's not the worst thing in the world because these fans aren't convinced that even if the Steelers make it in as a wild card, anything is going to happen past wild card weekend anyway. And for a
yeah,
team
yeah.
like, and the difference is if the Panthers did that, the whole city of Charlotte and the state of North Carolina would be just ecstatic to see some success. But
Right.
that ain't where the Steelers are at. The
No,
Steelers
no,
are not happy with a damn wild card.
no, and being absolutely trounced in the first round of the playoffs on a yearly basis. But that's what you get with Black Mike McCarthy as your head coach. I'm sick of this shit, man. We have to move on. We have to
Ah,
move on.
not Black Mike McCarthy. Oh, oh, God. I thought you were gonna go Black Jason Garrett, but that's good too.
Jason Garrett didn't get to the playoffs on a regular basis,
Oh,
but
that's true. That's true too. Oh my God, that's funny as hell. Oh man, Robbie, you bringing the stats today. I love it, man. Appreciate this. By the way, Houston #1 in total defense, #3 in passing defense, #5 in rushing defense. Who even thought they would be like this? I know who didn't think that. I know it was Buffalo. I know it was somebody named Josh and James Cook and yeah. I know they didn't think that.
just a comment on that, man. When you could get it done, when I say it, I'm talking a pass rush. And Brian, you already know this, but when you could get it done with just the four up front,
Yes, sir.
it just makes your entire
Mm.
defense freed up to be
Mhm.
awesome.
Oh
When
my
the
God.
Panthers had their best defensive units out there, they were
Yep,
getting it done with their front four.
sure was.
Yep.
When you can get that kind of push against the offensive line where you can impose your will with four, that just makes your whole secondary extraordinary.
Yeah. Yeah.
You making their life. They don't have to drop in for blitz. They don't have to come down to help stop the run. They don't have to do any of that. Oh, and their red unis were fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie though. I did like my Eagles green yesterday. That I thought that was
Oh
pretty
man,
cool.
that flashed me back, dude. Those were sweet.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you who had the unis this weekend. Did you see the Lions?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that that
Those
that
were dope.
that blue.
Yes,
Woo!
they
Woo!
should make those the regular, man, for
Woo!
real.
Oh, for real.
Yeah,
Yes. Those were fire.
yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. But no, I did like them red unis too. But oh my gosh, yeah. I saw them.
Panthers got a sweet little combination on tonight, I'm seeing.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. For the 49ers?
Yes, the Panthers are wearing white tops and the black helmets with the blue cat on them. And they're looking sweet, man. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, we gonna dump off this in about 10 minutes. He just said the same thing. Robbie is all over it, man. I love it. I love it. So that's how the playoffs are looking. The Texans are not totally out of it yet. They're currently in ninth, but the number 10 team right now are the Kansas City Chiefs. They are at 6-5. Um, the thought of them winning the division is pretty much dead. The only way they're going to get in is with a wild card. Um, and between the Jags at 7-4, the Chargers at 7-4, there's some opportunity to be had, but the Chiefs are backed up against the wall. They're in the same position. I think they would damn near have to win out just to have a chance. Now if they won out, they'd have 12 wins. But you're gonna have to at least mix it up and get again. I think it's gonna take 11 to clearly do it, 12 to even have a better chance. 10 gonna put you in a conversation, I think, with a lot of other teams to see how it shakes out with win loss, division, head to head, all that kind of stuff.
yeah, the Chiefs literally saved their season yesterday. They really did.
Oh
I mean,
yes.
they were one play away from going 5-6, and they, it was again a fourth down and I think four situation in which they converted and were able to go on downfield and win. But had they been 5-6 with their upcoming schedule, I mean,
Yeah, it's been a wrap.
it'd have been a wrap, man.
Robbie, I've been saying that too because of the amount of wins that the AFC's been stacking up, even 11. And I said at the beginning of the year, there may be an 11-win team that don't make it.
Yeah, guys, I have to sign off on that one. There's only been two teams in the history of the entire NFL that won 11 games and didn't get in the playoffs. So yeah,
Yeah.
11's like 95 to 97%
Yeah. The
in.
problem the
Yeah.
problem is that if it yeah, I normally agree. If the conference is racking up wins. Now they're top heavy with wins. So could 10 or 11 do it? Yes, because if it means the Chargers or the Jags falling off and they're already at 7-4, then that the likelihood of them getting to 11 becomes harder and harder. And if you end up with 11, you easily leapfrog them. Could the Chiefs do it? Yes. Will they do it? I don't think so. I think they show flashes, but the problem with the Chiefs is they can't put together a complete game. Um,
Getting a little old. Getting a little old.
they're getting old, yeah, and that's the signs of an old team. Can't finish the way they start, or can't get better as the game progresses.
Pause.
Huh?
Pause.
Yep.
Getting old, can't finish. Pause.
Right. Can't finish. Gotta just walk away and be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's not you, it's me. And she goes, obviously. Oh, this portion of the show has been brought to you by Sildenafil. Looking for a moment, really, really quick, take Sildenafil. You'll be on your game. But hurry up. Time waits for no one. And neither of us is Mr. Johnson. Anyway, that was a good one. And Robbie says, sad thing, the NFC winner would knock off one of those 11 win teams out, and tiebreakers will play a big factor. Oh, yeah. And it's like that sometimes, Robbie, that, one
So, Robbie,
conference is stronger than another.
I tell you, if there's an 11-wing team that doesn't get in the playoffs this year, I'll give you $50. I'm on record for saying that.
Holy shit. Yeah, the more and more I think about it, I actually do agree with you, Randy. it would almost be it would be hard to do. It just looks like that because the league has been so competitive this year. But to your point, what's going to end up happening is, yes, teams got 7 and 8 wins, but it's going to start to tighten up real quick.
Yeah,
Especially when you got 6 games left. Are you looking for teams to go 3-3? If they go 3-3, he said, "You need my cash app."
I sure will. I sure will. You won't have to give me anything. If an 11-win team gets left out of the playoffs this year, I'll give you $50. It's a very rare thing.
Nice, nice. That is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Well, look, we had some bangers out there this past week. Like I said, we've got the Panthers and the 49ers coming up. Oh, what did you think about Shador Sanders' debut in
Look, I
Cleveland?
mean, I think he looked really good. A lot of people are saying, I'm not going to say he looked really good, but he made some plays out there, right?
Yeah.
It's his first start, so give the kid a break. He was on the road. He won the game.
Hmm.
People are saying, yeah, but that was Vegas. True. But I mean, he's on the Browns. So I mean, how much offensive talent is around him
I mean,
to be able to go out there and do that?
he still gave them positions like that 50-something yard pass, the 60
Exactly.
something yard
Beautiful.
touchdown pass, and all of that kind of stuff. You know, what it showed me, Rand, was is that when you sit there and let the dude take reps with the first team,
Exactly. And that's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at.
he
He
produced.
did that with a week of practice with the first team, right? He took that on the road. He won the game. He's the I saw a stat earlier today. The
Mm,
Cleveland Browns have been back in the NFL since 1999, and we've
yes,
all known the history of the
and
starting
have had
quarterback.
42 quarterbacks since.
42, 40 some starting quarterbacks. He is the only one that's won his first start
Yep,
out
only
of
one.
all of them. He's the
All
only
40.
one.
Yep, he's
Yep.
the only one that went on his NFL debut.
Yep.
You know, I feel bad for Geno Smith. Do you know they sacked his ass 10 times?
Man, they were terrorizing
They were teeing off on Geno.
that
10
dude.
in a game?
Terrorizing that dude.
I don't even do that on Madden. 10 sacks?
That Vegas offensive line is a nightmare. I thought Cincinnati's offensive line was bad. Vegas offensive
10?
line is terrible, man.
10.
Yeah, 10, brother.
And he kept getting up. Like, damn.
Yeah, give that dude some
At
credit.
some point, I've been like, you know what? Get the back up in here, man. Who the hell is he? Oh
Yep.
man, let him get some of this.
Like I'm calling run plays for the whole rest of the game.
Man, I'm spiking the ball. 3-step drop, spike. You know what happened? I was gonna be down there anyway.
Right.
I figured I'd just get there before they did. That's it. Yeah, that was. I thought that was a interesting game in and of itself. And then we got, like I said, we got the Carolina game tonight coming up, and then on Thursday we got our Thanksgiving games. We got the Packers and the Lions. That's going to be in Detroit. Who do you got with this one?
I'm going with the home team.
Same, same. I think at some point they're going to become the Lions that I know because number one, Jameer Gibbs, he is that dude.
Yes. Those dudes are explosive indoor. Now, outdoor, can be a different story, but indoor on that fast turf, they're almost like the old Rams of the Kurt Warner era.
Absolutely. Okay, Robbie. Robbie's saying Detroit too. Keep giving it to me, Robbie. We got the Chiefs at the Cow Bitches. That's going to be a 4:30 start at Jerry World. The Chiefs need this. The Cowboys are really, really on the outside looking in. It's going to mean more for the Chiefs than it is for the Cowboys. The Cowboys, is this a trap game because they did end up beating Philadelphia and could be? Can you really look past Kansas City though?
Man, I just have more trust in them than the cow bitches because of the desperation that they're in. I know the cow bitches are in a desperate situation too. I think it's going to be close, but I'm just going to lean Chiefs, and that's probably a lot of my bias there too.
Yeah, yeah. No, I want it to be the Chiefs. So I agree with you. That is a hell of a stat, Robbie. Gino been sacked 41 times in 11 games.
Goodness gracious, man.
But you got to remember, 10 of them just happened.
Like, look, y'all ain't sending me back out there to do
Like,
6 more
hell
games of
no.
this.
Why don't y'all just cut me? That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me on one of them injury waivers so I can reach a damn agreement with y'all. And then your nightcap, your late game is going to be the Bengals and the Ravens.
Bengals and Ravens.
Bengals and they're at Baltimore.
Oh
I know
man,
you're
so
man.
Burrow is coming back for this game, as I understand.
I do too. Now, and he would have come back for the one yesterday, but they didn't want to have him back to back so quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how much of a difference that makes? I think it makes a lot of difference because they'll also be getting back Hot Tui from his 1-game suspension.
Yeah. And I think he's going to be a little jazzed up too.
Exactly.
If they sat his ass down, took $500,000 away from him, as they should have.
Yep.
He deserved it. Robbie said Cowboys for the win on the field goal, and said Ravens they rolling now. I'm going Bungles.
I kind of want to go Bungles too, man. I really do.
You need the Bungles to play great.
I absolutely need them to play great.
So it could happen. You know what? It's a division game. Anything can happen. Flacco is not the worst thing in the world to have. He is probably better than a whole lot of backups out there. He's just having to start. He's old. He's tall, but he's old. And the problem is that I worry about Burrow getting re-injured because that line still just is not good. And if he doesn't get rid of that ball fast enough, that is still going to be a problem. So we will see. You got that Black Friday game. He better than Gino. Facts. But you got the Friday game. You got the Bears at the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to be very pissed off about what happened. I'll be surprised if they didn't have a closed door players only meeting either today or tomorrow. And come out with some stuff. You know, I will say this one thing, Rand. I kept seeing the Eagles run this one play that I couldn't figure out why they don't keep doing it. It's one of the best plays I've seen them run, where they fake the run and catch Goddard cutting off to one of the sides, and it's always 8 to 9 yards to gain from it. It's been a great play. He puts it in the belly of Saquon, pulls it out at the last minute. Goddard cuts through the middle, does almost like a flood, and catches it to one of the sides and is streaking down the sideline and gets pushed out of bounds. I've seen them do it the last two games. I saw them run it twice yesterday. They ran it once the week before, and I'm like, why don't y'all keep running that? Because they're not prepared for it. But anyway, Philly make an example on the Bears. I think so, Robbie. I'd be surprised if they don't respond with a win. Then I'm really going to question who they are. Again, like I said earlier, while you were out, Rand, if the Eagles sat there and felt like they could just do everything they did last year and end up with the same result, well, then you're out of your damn mind, because these teams have a whole year to now watch all this on tape. And even though they can't stop the tush push, they've been able to help stop the run. The line is not making as big of holes, and things like that. So just because running was your formula of success this year, it may have to be on the arm of Jalen Hurts this year for you to go not only into the playoffs, but deep into the playoffs. But yeah, I got my Eagles on that game.
I got the Eagles definitely on that game. I think they're just they let that Cowboys game get away from them. I think they're going to be embarrassed off of that performance, to let so-called America's team come back on them and take that game away from them. Division game of all things. They're not going to let that happen twice.
They better not.
They're not going to overlook the Bears.
They better not. I don't want to have to start burning jerseys. Um, Now I know coming up this Sunday, there's a game that you're gonna be watching at 425 in Pittsburgh.
Maybe, maybe not.
I just don't know how to pick these games because if it's the Bills that played the Saints, you win.
hmm
I don't know which Bills are coming.
I don't know either, but we've historically had a lot of trouble with Buffalo. I just don't see them getting past the Bills. I got Buffalo picked for this game. Sorry. I think the Steelers gonna fall to 6-6.
Damn.
Then they may step on the gas. Historically, in the past, this is when they have played good ball when their backs have been completely against the wall and in threat of going up under 500 or
Yeah,
not
exactly. I was saying
finishing the
the same thing.
season,
Mm-hmm.
with a winning record. Then they'll
That
really
nine and
step on
eight.
the
That
gas.
nine and
Yeah,
eight.
get to
Yep.
that 9-8 and run out of gas. It's the same shit show every single season, man. It really is. It's Groundhog's Day in Pittsburgh. I'm over it, as you could tell.
Well, the Panthers have a quick turnaround too. After they beat the 49ers tonight, then they host the Rams on Sunday. And that is going to, he's a wild card. um, that is going to be interesting. I think that if they do end up beating the 49ers tonight, which they will, they're going to have a harder time with Stafford and the Rams after seeing what Stafford did to Baker Mayfield and them Bucks last night. Stafford ain't playing around, y'all. I don't know if y'all ain't watching, but Stafford said, I don't care. I'm 37 years old. Y'all talked about my bad back all during preseason and training camp. And he just keeps sitting there just defying everything. Now he's having this great of a year, but don't let that translate into, oh, we need to bring him back next year because, like I said earlier, quarterbacks get old real fast. He can look like that this year and then just fall off the cliff next year. So uh, take this year for what it's worth. Don't look at it as any kind of signs of anything past this season. But that's going to be an interesting game. Um, you got the Texans going to the Colts, Rand. That's going to be an interesting game. That's going to have a lot of division implications on it. Um, I don't even know how to pick that game. I guess I would kind of lean towards Indy because it's at home, but and it's kind of funny to see Houston doing what they're doing without CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
They're doing that with Davis Mills.
Mills has not been bad. He's protecting the ball. Again, it's another one of those teams that are doing it with the front four. That
Yep.
front four defensively is just ferocious, as
Will
Buffalo
Will
found out Thursday
Anderson.
night.
Will Anderson is that dude.
That dude
Damn,
for real, man.
he's that dude. Some other games to note: you got the Vikings at the Seahawks. The Vikings go play Sam Darnold. We'll see if it's Sam Darnold earlier in the season or the one that we've been seeing over the last two games. Hopefully not the one that threw 4 interceptions 2 games ago, but hopefully he gets his groove back. Um, you've got the Cardinals playing the Buccaneers. This is another team that's been looking better with their backup than with their starter, as Jacoby Brissett looks like the preferred guy over Mr. Midriff himself, Kyler Murray.
Mr. Murray, who might not be back with the team next year. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, why?
Exactly.
Um, you got the Broncos playing the Commanders Sunday Night Football. Because the Commanders are just so depleted from an injury standpoint, I don't see anything stopping them Broncos from just going in there and beating the brakes off of them.
Same.
An interesting one, you got the Giants against the Patriots Monday Night Football, December 1st, next Monday, 8:15 in Foxborough. I told a friend of mine yesterday, the Giants remind me of the Lions when the Lions were about to start winning, but they were still losing because they were just losing games um, that when they figure out how to win, they'll win. You see you see the Giants putting themselves in a lot of games where they're competitive, but they still can't win. That will eventually flip into winning because you'll learn how to finish. Um, but it's going to scare a lot of teams. I don't know if they're going to beat the Patriots, Rand, but I also would not be surprised if they number one either won or kept it close to the end.
Yeah. I'll give the lean to the Patriots simply because it's a home game, right? But again, I
And
mean, if the Giants get back Dart, especially, that's going to be a close game in my opinion. But it's not like Jameis is doing bad either.
Jameis ain't doing bad at all.
No.
Did you see, he actually caught a touchdown.
Yep.
Well, he caught it and ran in for a touchdown. Looked very awkward running in for that touchdown, but damn it, he got in there. So that was good to see. I'm glad to see Jameis be able to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just don't know why he had them crab legs in his pocket. I don't know what that was about. But see, Brian, why are you bringing up old stuff? But Robbie said Giants will make it competitive with Winston, but Drake will pull it out.
Yeah. It's a hard one, man, because the Giants are playing pretty good defense and the Patriots don't have any great wide receivers, but just Drake is making them look so good, man.
Well, the one thing that I think the Giants will take away from the Patriots is going to be the run, whether it's Travion Henderson or Ramondre Stevenson. I think that front four with Burns and them boys up front. I mean, not Burns, but Burns coming in with the rush. I think they're going to make it hard for them to run that ball, and you're going to really have to get it into. But he's been using Hunter Henry like crazy. The game that they just had with Hunter Henry, I think he went over 100 and something yards in the game against the Bengals.
Yeah,
yeah, 7 catches for $115. So Hunter Henry was getting real loose in that game. Travion Henderson had 18 carries, but he only had 66 yards. So you can kind of see that they were really trying to put a lot on the passing game. And I think they're going to have to do the same thing against the Giants because I think that front four and their linebacking crew is going to make it hard for them to run. I think they're going to have to try to put that ball up in the air and potentially put it in harm's way for Drake May. He did throw a pick 6 yesterday and then got back on track. So we will see. All right, Rand. Got some good games coming up. We got our Panthers playing now. I don't know if they've given up any points yet.
It's like San Francisco's driving. They're at the 35 opening series of the game. So we'll see.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Well, everybody, y'all enjoy the games coming up this week. I'm not going to say don't eat too much on Thanksgiving because that's what the hell it's there for. Eat, sleep, and go back and fix you another plate.
That's how you do it.
And Robbie says, don't forget, anything can happen in prime time. That's right. Look for the Panthers to cover the spread. They're a 7.5 underdog. Take the points. But yeah, that's my thing. But remember, always bet with your mind, not with your heart. That way you can make sure you pay your mortgage at the end of this month. Anyway, just a programming notes there. We will see y'all again next week. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all again next week. Peace.